As, how do you even begin when someone's life has been taken? He was a son, brother, uncle, nephew, grandson, friend of mine. None of the people that knew him will ever be able to see him or spend time with him again. His nieces and nephew have no understanding of what occurred. They only know that their uncle is gone. None of his family will be ever be able to see him again. No one can do anything with him ever again. However, Edwin is still here. His family and friends can see him, write to him, and talk to him whenever they want to. Whatever sentence he is given will not bring Nick back or even begin to compensate for the life that was lost. Because there is no possible way to put a value on someone's life. He said Nick was a friend, like a brother to him. How do you do that to someone that is supposed to be like that to you? He claims that he was too drunk and didn't know what he was doing. I don't believe that should be allowed to be used as a defense. If anything, it should make a punishment for a crime worse. All that is doing is allowing criminals to see that if they consume a great amount of alcohol, they can commit a serious crime and not get the punishment that is deserved for it.
Mr. Stav, do you wish to speak on your own behalf?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In my heart, I know what I've done is unforgivable. I mean, I can't even forgive myself. Forgive my friend, only true friend. And I took his life that night. I was so drunk that I can't even remember it, which I know doesn't excuse it. So badly regret what happened that night. And I'm so beyond sorry, but I know sorry does not bring back to life. I know and accept that I must be punished dearly for what I have done. Nick and I had tickets to go to Florida for the following morning to look for work and try to get our lives together. Trying to get an apartment and together and said we was going to quit our drinking and even talked about going to church. Even though our employment was for me and my family, my daughter's back in my life, and he wanted to help me. I lay in bed late night after night, thinking of how good life could have been and how quick life can change in an instant with one bad decision. Nothing I can say or do can change the harm that I cause at night, and every day I acknowledge that I killed my friend. I will live with this bad decision for the rest of my life, whether inside a prison or out. My true sentence is to escape the truth and because of my poor choices. Nick is dead, and nothing I can say or do can change that reality. I believe in my heart that I could never forgive a person for taking the life of one of my children. I still pray to God that maybe one day in this lifetime, Anne and her family can find deep in their hearts to be able to forgive for the pain and the hurt and the loss that I brought to your lives. Please forgive me, and I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry for what has happened.
In my opinion, this is probably one of the most tragic cases I've been involved with in my 10 years of practicing law. And the tragedy, truly, is that this was completely avoidable. Nick's death was 100% completely avoidable. But for Eddie's alcohol intoxication, this would never happen. It was an avoidable accident. It was an accident nonetheless. As the court's fashion is sentenced within the guidelines, and allow Mr. Stav at least the light at the end of the tunnel that he someday could be out of the Michigan Department of Corrections, even if he'll be a very old man when that happens. Still give him an opportunity at some point to see the light of day again. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, in this particular situation, I'm going to ask the court to follow the Department of Corrections Probation Parole Agent's recommendation for a life sentence for Mr. Stav in this matter. Furnish the court with 2 sentencing memorandums detailing the substantial compelling reasons why I believe the court will be part upward in sentencing defendant Stav. I think he is, from what I see in the guideline scoring, off the chart for the prior record violations as well as the offense variables. He has a history of aggressive assaultive crimes starting in 1989. His drinking appears to bring out a violent monster.
The court concludes that the sentence to be imposed today must be one that focuses on protection of the public and punishment. The court finds it appropriate in this case to sentence this defendant in conviction for firearms use or discharge under the influence causing death. The Michigan Department of Corrections for a term of not less than 33 years nor more than 50 years, with credit for 85 days that he served. The sentence shall be subject to the costs and other financial assessments which are spelled out in the pre-sentence report. For the conviction for firearms possession by a felon, the court sentences the defendant to the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 19 or more than 40 years, again with credit for 85 days. And the conviction for assault with a dangerous weapon to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 10 or more than 15 years, again with 85 days credit. With regard to each of the three primary convictions, the court sentences on the felony firearms to a term of 2 years consecutive to and preceding the primary sentences.